as realtors, we technically are therapists. So we take on a lot of our clients' issues, whether it be like marital issues or just like financial issues, like we take on their burden. And that's a lot. So like if we're not mentally okay, we can't do our job to the best of our ability.
Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Hey, it's Kimberlee Randall with the Kimberlee Randall Group back here this week with Janel Moore.
Hey.
Janel is also an agent on my team. We're going to just start calling this Keeping Up with KRG. So today we're going to go over a couple of real estate strategies that are going to be important in your business, especially going into this new season of real estate that we have. We kind of broke it out into 3 parts. So we're going to cover each one, or we're going to try in 10 minutes. First, that we have customer communication. Janel, do you want to give us a little bit on how you communicate with your clients and why it's important in your business?
Yeah, totally. So I'm pretty sure everybody on here probably uses a CRM of some sort. I utilize my CRM to the fullest, or honestly, I try to do as much as I can on my CRM. So that entails campaigns that are already set up where we get our clients automatic text messages, automatic emails that help them along with the process. But also on top of that, I'm a very task and planner oriented person. So I put in my tasks in my CRM for me to remember to contact these people on specific days. I also write it in my planner because I look at my planner at least once a day. So if I miss it that day, I know I need to do it tomorrow. So that is very helpful in my opinion on communication. How about you, Kim? Did I miss anything on contact with clients?
I don't think you did there. And I think having that extra layer of communication, like you mentioned through the CRM and hitting them in multiple places kind of gives you that extra build of trust and rapport with the clients, especially if you haven't worked with them yet, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because if you think about it, if you have it on our team, we get leads. And if I have at least 1,000 something people in my database, I'm not going to be able to talk to every single person every single day. And I'm not even going to be able to get through all of them within a week. So you definitely need some type of system that helps you touch your clients outside of just you personally reaching out.
Yeah, maintaining that regular contact with the clients and providing those updates and being transparent, all essential to the process that we all have to do daily in procuring new business. Great advice, Janel. Suzanne, you're back. I love it. We're talking about client communication. Do you want to share some tips that you use to stay in contact with your past clients or current clients? You're on mute.
You're on mute. Yeah, I was going to say. It's okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. So I just keep, give them a call back after 5 to maybe 7 shout outs. I'll send them a text, leave a voicemail. I follow up with an email. If I can't contact them, I actually this morning been making calls, and 9 out of 10 people I've been talking to, which is great.
That's awesome.
But yeah. I don't really have any special tips. I just try and call them to talk to them, get to know them, because a lot of the people aren't like looking to buy for another 6 months.
Okay. Do you use a CRM?
Yes, I do. We do Sync.
Okay. Do you guys have campaigns or anything you guys can do that sets any of that stuff up automatic for you?
Yes, the AI will send out market reports, home pulse, things like that. Just reminders, happy Halloween communication, We'll, put one out there for Thanksgiving, just to let them know that we're still thinking of them as well.
Awesome. That's what we like to hear.
Yep. It's the follow-up is going to be super important. I mean, it always has been, but more now than ever. We had a this year that we actually closed, and we've been following up with them for 4 years.
Wow.
Even to the point that she changed her number. And I was like, let me find this girl. I went right on Facebook, typed in her information. I found her on Facebook, sent her a message and was like, did you change your number? We've been trying to reach you. And then she was like, yeah, I want to buy my house soon. And she sent us her updated contact information. So that it's just really about not giving up, right? We have to stay consistent. Sometimes that mindset of continuously getting the door slammed in our face or the phone hung up on us or the no's kind of get in our way of what our goal is trying to find that one yes, right?
True.
So that kind of segues us into time management and productivity, because if we are not managing our time properly, Janel can attest to this. A lot of things can fall by the wayside, right? We can do 10 to 20 things really good, but not that good, right? It's 10, 20 things. We can't balance all of that at one time. So having a set schedule of when you're going to focus on specific tasks is super beneficial to your business. Janel, I love your story of how, I think we talked about perfect daily schedules, and I don't like the word perfect because, of course, your schedule can change at any moment, depending on your lifestyle and what you have going on. You may have to pivot and rechange your schedule every season, every couple of months. So, Janel, when did it hit you that it was like, okay, I really do need a schedule?
Okay. So, well, I was an agent for 2 years before I joined the group, and I am a dual agent. So that's a thing. But when it comes down to it, I realized there's no way I'm going to get everything I want to get done if I just say I'm going to do it in the morning and then try to figure it out. And I've always been a scheduled person. Even through college, I was a college athlete, everything has to be set on time, because if it's not set at a time, it's not in my calendar, it's probably not going to happen at this point. And my life shift for that was more so when I joined the team and I started having to get on the phone. Cause I realized yeah, I think I get a lot done throughout the day, but once you actually sit back and look at everything you get done, you could get so much more done if you had timers and alarms and different things set to just remind you to do those things. Cause everybody has those lazy moments. I have times where I'm yeah, I'm going to do that in the next 20 minutes. Then I end up falling asleep and it's an hour has gone by and it just did not happen. So the consistency and it I hate that I live by my calendar. And my friends know that if you have an event you need me to go to, you need to be on my calendar. My friends physically send me calendar reminders now. They actually send it. I don't know how they do it, but they do it and it gets in my calendar and it works great. I know I'm supposed to be there. It'll remind me when I need to leave, all of that stuff. So I think when I joined the team and I had to start getting on the phone and using the CRM and kind of initiating myself into that part of my business, that's when I realized I'm about to be living by a planner. And literally when I say I have this thing everywhere with me, it sits in my backpack with my computer. It's everywhere with me. And I use it so much.
Great tip. So when you go to do your planning, are you prioritizing certain tasks for the day, and are you doing that within your calendar, or how are you doing that?
So for my calendar, from our CRM, I have my Google Calendar that's connected to my actual Apple Calendar. Everything is connected. I don't know how I did it. It worked out great. I love it. But inside of our CRM, I can add calendar reminders to my Google Calendar, which automatically updates everything. So I do that through the CRM for consults and important phone calls I know I need to make. When it comes down to my tasks, I actually work based on like a more of like in my planner, everything is like a to-do list. So it's written out that I need to do it. And I actually have like block time in my calendar that tells me that I need to do this specific thing. So I have to kind of like use them simultaneously. So if I know I have a call block from 12 to 1 and I know there's certain people I need to be calling, their names might be jotted down in my planner. Or the way I normally do it now is I have tasks set for the people that I really need to call for the day. And then if I run through those tasks and I still have like another 10 to 15 minutes, I'll just call random people in my database because I probably haven't talked to everybody. So if I didn't call them yesterday, I'm going to call them today.
I like that. I really do. So what do you do about handling distractions?
Oh, so that's a good one because that happens a lot. I technically still live in my parents' household, and they require a lot of my attention sometimes. So it's kind of funny how this everything flips and the kids is more need, like they need me more than I need them now in my lifestyle. But what I do is my parents are very aware that I run multiple businesses. I do a lot of things during the day. So they get on my calendar too sometimes. My sister needs me to pick up my nephews. That needs to be on my calendar. Like, you've got to tell me in advance before you set something for me. Also, I kind of have these times where like if I'm available to speak and like do lenient things, I'll like hang around in my parents' open space in my living room. If I have time where I just need to be by myself and I really have stuff I need to do, I will go and shut the door. If the door is shut, please don't come in. Like they know if it's an emergency, they'll come in. But like typically they know if the door's shut, like I have stuff I have going on and they'll hear me talking to people. So they know stuff is going on. So, yeah.
So what I heard too is that you've set some strong boundaries, even with your family, like them having to get on your calendar, them have to schedule around the schedule that you've created within your business.
And it's so funny because I know like Kim has seen the journey of this. I've had so many days where I'm like, I couldn't make calls because my sister made me watch with kids. And then I couldn't make calls because the kids are around and it's a lot going on. I don't have kids, so I don't feel like I can just leave them in a room. It was very overwhelming for me. I had a real like moment with my family where I had to sit down and talk to them and tell them my goals and where I want to go and how that has to happen. Because if I don't do what I need to do for me during the day, nobody's going to get the best me because I'm not going to be happy. If I'm not going towards my goal of where I want to be in life, nobody's going to be happy because I'm always going to be upset. So they had to understand that I need to accomplish in my life because my parents still look at me as their youngest daughter. I'm about to be 28 next week. Like, I'm not this little girl anymore. I have a life I need to like procure and I need to start living for me. So yeah, I have definitely set boundaries and trust me, it is hard, but like your loved ones will totally understand if you sit down with them and say, well, this is the goal and this is what I need to do. These are the things you guys are doing that are kind of blocking that goal. We figure out a way to make it so that everybody's happy and just kind of like talk about what works for everybody.
I like that. So not only did you set boundaries, but you also implemented some form of self-care at the same time.
Definitely. I definitely did that. And I will say like the self-care, like mentally, I'm the person that does everything for everybody. I always want to help. If you ask me to do it, I'm probably going to say it's my toxic trait. It's toxic for me, not anybody else. It's really toxic for me because I overwork myself and I spiral. It is so much healthier for me to be the way I am currently because I am able to do everything everybody needs me to do and what I need to do in like an orderly fashion. And I'm very type A. So everything being as structured as it is helps me mentally, physically, all of the above.
So I haven't mastered that as well as you. I think in my, of course,
You
with
have
my
kids, Kim.
family, I was going to say with my family, I have, because I'm trying to put my kids in a room. I'll be
They're
back.
your kids.
On the call. But I think where I'm, and I don't know if there are any other team leads on the call, but I'm struggling with boundaries within my team, and not being available 24/7 within my team. And what does that look like if I'm not available 24/7? So I don't know if anyone has any shares, if there are any team leads on here, but I'm working.
If you guys don't have shares, I have shares being on the team.
Yes, I'm open to hear what you have to say.
Okay, so I will say this. If there's any team leads, if you guys want to talk, like you can more than like unmute, say something. If you don't have anything to say, I'm going to help the people who are trying to build a team and like coming from the team member point of view. We have WhatsApp. So there is 6 people on our team-ish. If you have a question that automatically needs to be answered, that can go on WhatsApp, and one of the agents in our team can more than likely answer that question. Now, I will say, I will answer questions and be like, yeah, Kim, if you have the time to chime in, like, let us know your opinion. But like, from my experience, this is what I did in that situation. So I think WhatsApp is a great thing. I also think that your new, like one, or I don't know if it's an hour or 30 minutes, but we have a meeting on Mondays where Kim just sits on Teams. And if someone needs her, they can jump in there and talk to her and get their questions and all their coaching out of the way. We also have a booking system, which is great for our clients, but it's also great for us. I actually have something I need to talk to Kim about for my 2024 plan, and I got on her calendar for tomorrow. I can see when she's available. I can see when she has clients. I can book a planning session with her and know that I'm not interrupting time that she needs to do other things. Now, I will say that does take part on your, like, time on your part, Kim, to actually set your schedule to where it is accurate so that I'm not interrupting things that you have going on. But it's helpful to know that, like, you can tell me, like, that time doesn't really work for me, even though I had it open. Like, how about we do this time? I think that whole calendar thing, it's like life-saving. And when you master it, and I'm not going to say I've mastered it, I've gotten very good at it. But I'm telling you, once I can start getting, like, I want my friends to book with me on stuff like that. Like, I wish they could do that. So honestly, like, it's a really good thing to make sure that you are, if you work like that. I will say it doesn't work for everybody, but I do think that the calendar is like everybody's best friend if you really can figure out how to use it.
Especially in this business. I mean, I don't know how I wouldn't be able to function without my calendar or my planner.
It's kind of funny because I saw somebody like on social media, they were like, yeah, realtors quit their 9-to-5s to go from working 40 hours a week to working like 80 hours a week because we work so much. But you can set your boundaries. And we've talked about this, Kim. Like, Kim is famous for telling me, like, I always work on the weekends, and I feel like I owe my clients everything on the weekends because I work a 9-to-5. But honestly, like, there's weekends where I really.
Oh, we lost her.
Yep.
He was doing so well too.
She really was. She'll be back. I'm sure she'll be back. I was going to ask, does anyone else use a booking system with their team lead? Because I know I have a couple people who are on teams on here. Suzanne, you're on a team, aren't you?
We are. We have Slack that in Voxer, just an open communication. So if you're somewhere, it's easier than to send a group text or anything like that, which we do that as well. But plus, we try and do a weekly meeting all together. So sometimes it's better when you're actually in person than just to keep going back and forth over the phone and, text messages and whatnot. So we set a good hour at least and meet somewhere and go over a lot of different things that, you compile questions over the week that can wait.
Right, exactly. Yep, that's a good point. Compile the questions that can wait, right? Because everything is not an emergency.
That's true. That's
Will,
true.
how
And then
about you? Oh, sorry, Suzanne.
no, you get hung up on trying to figure something out, and only 2 hours go by and you haven't figured it out yet.
Yes. Yep. Prioritizing and then using your Slack, like you said, dropping the question into your Slack, and then hopefully one of the other agents have experienced that so that they're able to help you quicker.
Exactly. Yes.
You were on a roll, Janelle. We were like, oh, we lost her.
Yeah, honestly, the funny thing is I was like, Kim froze. And then I was like, wait, everybody froze. That's my computer.
I don't know where you were. I know we were talking about boundaries and the booking system. And once you master the booking system or booking calendars with your team members.
Yeah, I think it's just important to set boundaries. The only part I think you guys didn't hear is more so me saying, like, if you worked a dual, like if you're a dual agent, if you have like your family, like I know weekends are times where like a lot of us feel like we owe our clients all of our time because that's typically when they're off too. So like they want to see houses and they want to do things. We as agents also have to set boundaries for ourselves because sometimes mentally on the weekends, I need a break. Like there are some Sundays I'm like, I can't see clients on Sunday. I just can't do it. I want to watch football. I want to relax. Like I just want to be to myself today. But I feel bad sometimes, but I can't feel bad because I give them all my time sometimes too. And like, that's why we have showing assistants and different things that could work out in your benefit. I'm learning to like escalate my business because I can't do it all. And I'm starting to realize that. And I think that's the best realization I've had in my whole career.
All year. I'm
yes,
proud of you.
It took me forever, but I feel way better now that I've done it.
And it will
Janel?
Yeah, it will help you to foster that self-care because I think we tend to forget about ourselves a lot in this business because we're caring after so many other people and trying to help them achieve such a serious goal in their life that, like you said, we're cutting into our weekend, we're cutting into our family time, we're cutting into this. If we have the schedule and the boundaries set up front, there should be no reason why self-care can't take place. And you have that work-life balance that everybody really got into this business for, right? Take breaks, exercise, practice peaceful mindedness, things like that during your day so that you can also get through those stressful times because we all have those one file that's just, you want to pull your hair out.
I'll also say, if you think about it as realtors, and I know this like sounds crazy, but like as realtors, we technically are therapists. So we take on a lot of our clients' issues, whether it be like marital issues or just like financial issues, like we take on their burden. And that's a lot. So like if we're not mentally okay, we can't do our job to the best of our ability. Because our clients need us to be as strong as possible, regardless of if it's like they're really like in a down position. I feel bad for my clients and I take on that stress. And I know that's like not good, but like I really do feel for my clients. And sometimes I'm up at night trying to figure out what we're going to do because we're under contract. They need a place to live. Like there's things we have to do that like I'm trying to go above and beyond, but like I have to make sure I'm okay first.
Absolutely. Because you don't want to overlook yourself. Then, like you mentioned earlier, and when you were setting your schedule and your boundaries, you're going to be angry, you're going to be upset, and no one will get the best you. That's really why the self-care piece is super important and critical for long-term success in this business.
Totally agree.
So we're going to go to the audience here. We got quite a few of you. Kirsten, do you practice self-care in your business? If you're not ready, I can ask someone else.
Will just hopped on the camera. I think he wants to tell us.
Will, do you practice self-care in your business?
I do practice self-care. Hey, ladies, I talk with these ladies every day throughout the week. Self-care is so important. Some of my self-care is just working out. Janelle, I didn't know you was a football fan. I love football. And I like to cook, actually. So my family gets the benefits of that self-care. Sometimes I just need to get in there and whip up something. So yeah, self-care is so important. And it gives you a chance to recharge and be the best you towards your clients, because clients can pick it when you're not patient or just not, upbeat or whatever. So yeah, you don't want to be a crappy person to your person in our reality is going to be helping you get a check. So, yeah.
Totally
I heard
agree.
you. Mhm. What about you, Mary Ann?
Yeah, so I'm fairly new to the business currently, and I actually work as a real estate assistant on top of being an agent for the lady that I'm an assistant for. I'm actually on the same team that Susan's on.
Okay.
So um, I would say that I do self-care, but at the same time, like I don't really. I would say that it's a little bit of a mix of both of like you think you're doing self-care, but at the same time, it's like, am I actually doing what I need to do for me? Am I thinking I'm doing what I need to do for me? So I think that's just something I have to work on the boundaries of with other people of like, okay, I'm a little overwhelmed right now. I need to take a few minutes even to just decompress. But
Right,
I
like go take a walk
also
or
right. And like I'm fairly young, so everybody who I work with is obviously older than me, but I don't like to. I'm very big on not disrespecting my elders, so I think I'm trying to find the line between it's not disrespect, but it's me putting my self care first.
Marianne, me and you need to talk because I go through that. I like, and it's not a bad thing. I'm about to be 28. I'm not like super young, but I'm not super like. I don't have kids. I don't have like. It's just me and my dog. I go through that all the time. When I first got into real estate, I used to be like talking to agents, and I would be like, I feel so disrespected by this lady, but like I don't know what to say. But like we're in the same business, so
Right.
sometimes like it doesn't matter like age or like none of that matters. We're in the same business. You're a professional, like I'm a professional. Everybody needs to be treated the same exact way. So everybody needs to respect your time, your like everything all around. The way my clients treat me is the same exact way my like business professionals need to treat me.
Right. Yeah. My boyfriend's definitely helping me kind of learn to put my foot down with certain situations. But I think I've come to realize I'm a little bit of a pushover. So I'll take so much of somebody kind of not necessarily being disrespectful, but I guess just continuing to do like put too much on me to the point where like, okay, I can't handle this, but I don't say anything because I'm like, okay, well, I can figure out a way to handle it without being disrespectful or anything like that. And I also think part of it might also be a slight pride thing where I'm like, well, no, I should be able to handle this. So I should be able to get this done. I should be able to do this instead of it being like, okay, well, like you can do it. You just have to block your time out and prioritize what is first and what's last.
Totally agree. I just put my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever you want to get on. They're all the same. I just put it in the chat. Follow me on there and message me. We can definitely further this conversation, and I think I could definitely help you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
yeah, I think that also goes back to, well, time blocking, like she mentioned in our second segment of the show. And then just being okay with saying no. It's okay to say no. No, I cannot do this. When do you need this by? Verifying some of that information so you don't feel like, oh, they put another task on my plate and I really don't have time for this, So just being okay with that. And like Janel said, I think age is kind of irrelevant when we are in this business because we all are doing the same thing. And we're all still continuing to learn. I don't care if you've been doing this 30 years or 2 years. Every agent is still continuing to learn. And if they're not, they have no business in this business. Ebony, did you want to share?
I saw you pop camera, but that was not what I was trying
to do. Do you practice self-care in your business before we wrap for the day?
Yeah, I have been. Even before I just got my license 3 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But I knew coming in, like I needed to establish something. I have 2 young boys, a 13 and a 9-year-old. I got a husband and I got a full-time job. So I needed to really do something. So I get up every morning, 5:30, with my husband. He has to get out the door. And I turn on Motiversary on YouTube. And then I do my journaling. I do morning pages and I do my stretching and drink tea. that's kind of how I start off my day. It gets me going.
That.
Snapping at the kids for not having their stuff ready before they have to get off to the bus. And it kind of grounds me before I start dealing with both populations for work and, real estate. I think what I do need to work on is trying to figure out how to isolate keeping busy with actual work, like doing busy things that are not necessarily productive per se, but just getting off track by doing those little tasks. Like I'm trying to figure out this whole social media thing, branding, where I could put the EXP, where I can't. Like trying to figure out those things.
All with us too, Janel.
Yeah. Ebony, you follow me on Instagram and
Let's
stuff.
go ahead and follow both of us at this point.
I got tips and things coming your way because now this has made me want to make some more social media about it. So
make it because I need
coming your way.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Well,
all right.
That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you found this episode of Keeping Up with KRG useful, and we hope to join you guys again soon.
Ready to rock it out, baby.
Thanks.
Rock it out.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a great day.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.